stratified squamous epithelium, in this case keratinized. If stratified squamous epithelium is keratinized, that implies that it will be on the body surface and will be part of the skin. In fact, the epidermis part of the skin. So you might want to come back to this when we get to skin. But here is cut through skin. You can see a very distinct dark area here, then some pink stuff, and then some more lacy stuff. This is primarily adipose tissue. So let's get a little bit closer so we can see what's here. And when we zoom in even a little bit, we can see this sharp boundary, a bunch of cells that are closely adherent. There's no matrix, there are no blood vessels, so that in itself tells you it's an epithelial layer. It's more than just a single cell, and we'll see a single cell layer, so we'll see that when we get closer. And then it has a surface, the apical surface, that faces the skin, the body surface, in this case in skin. So up in here we notice dense irregular connective tissue. Down in here we see another layer closer to the epithelium. That's going to have some blood vessels in it. It's mostly areolar tissue. And then this sharp distinction, and that's the basement membrane. So let's get in so we can see a little bit more of these cells. And here you see lining that basement membrane, there's a single layer of cells. There they are. And then there are more layers of cells. And these are, in fact, flat squamous cells. You could argue that these look more like cuboidal or columnar, and in fact they are. But this tissue is named after this top layer, which is primarily flat cells. And you might have to use your imagination a little bit. Maybe this guy could convince you it was squamous. And then there's this stuff. This is keratin. This is produced by these cells, and as they move away from the blood supply underneath the basement membrane, they die off. And so what you see are these strands of keratin that would have been around the plasma membrane and are now making these layers of waterproofing material to waterproof, to preserve water in the layers below. So basement membrane, apical side, surface side, and layers of keratin. Again, layers of cells, and this is stratified squamous epithelium.